And so
we don't know.
I got a whole bunch of articles on that right there.
Yeah.
And so for them to take this stand now, of course, they retract on it, and they said that by the end of the year they're going to come up with a new policy. But this is something that need to really be talked about.
But what the excuse is they say is that there hasn't been many incidents in restrooms as the situation is. But we don't know. Again, we do not know exactly what the motive for transgender is. We don't understand it, and we're not getting an honest evaluation from the people that are supposed to be experts.
Right. This is an experiment, and man, this experiment, we don't know where this experiment is going to go, but we can see from history that in that small segment, you can look at all kind of psychology reports and being trapped in something like this. But again, we got to talk. Oh man, this is you see how we already ready to talk about that. But that's something we're going to talk about on the other side of the show.
But one other thing,
go ahead.
You notice how John Boehner made it very clear that he was against shutting down the government over certain issues. But the President of the United States is willing to shut down the education system in South Carolina.
Did you see that?
Shut it down. We
Not just that,
take the money from them.
He said that he's going to make it his agenda to work on equality in the schools for transgenders. So this is what's dangerous about the president.
You know what?
Let me just say this, Phil.
Yeah.
That when he leave office, he's not going back to Chicago.
No, he's going to stay in Washington.
And so that's what's dangerous about this guy right here. See, they're talking about the how dangerous Donald Trump is. No, he's just bold. But here, and I'm not on board yet. I'm with Paul Ryan, but I get there. Pray for me. I get there. But they talking about Donald Trump, folks. We under a Marxist right now, Phil.
Exactly right.
We under a Marxist right now,
that's absolutely
Amir.
right. And in fact, just a couple days ago, President Obama said that Donald Trump has a long history and a long record that needs scrutiny. Now, this is from a man who has no history and no record and didn't get any scrutiny.
Let me say,
it's
when
just
I heard that, I could not believe that it came from him, a community organizer that we still learn, that we're still learning things about, right now, as he has evolved in office.
Yep. He has evolved. I mean, what he said when he came into office, when he was elected, and the position that he has changed to, every position that was notable, he has changed his mind.
Yes.
He has changed, except of course, the healthcare thing, which in order to get it through,
the Unaffordable Healthcare Act.
Exactly.
One of the guys that work with me, I mean, everybody around that I see that talk about healthcare, everybody is moaning and groaning that they can't afford it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, they can't. I'm talking about they cannot afford this the unaffordable, that supposed to be affordable healthcare Act.
Well, you know why?
Worse.
You know why they can't afford it? They run out of other people's money. See, I mean, it happens. It always happens. They run out of other people's money.
All right, so here we only have now just a few minutes before we go into the second half of the show. I'd like to just hit on a couple of topics. I want to ask our audience if you'd like to join the conversation at 734-822-1600. Is that?
Oh yeah,
you got it.
It says now that Trump is the last man standing, are you ready to get on board? That's my question to you this morning. So I want the phone to start ringing. Now that Trump is the last man standing, are you ready to get on board? Here, I pulled a number of articles, and oh man, I got a couple of really good ones. I'm gonna have to probably cut things short a little bit, but here, I like Ted Cruz. He's a really smart guy. But here, this is from CNN. It says Ted Cruz was an outsider, was out by an outsider, by Donald Trump. He was outsided. He was an outsider that was outsided by Donald Trump. All right. Kasich, you know, this week, just think about this. This week, this happened, you know, that Ted Cruz decided to drop out and John Kasich decided to drop out. Kasich said that, you know, the people have changed me. They have changed me. They changed me. They're so awesome. They changed me.
The Democrats changed them.
Now,
everybody that's on that side of that of this issue,
yes.
the ones that say that they are going to have a hard time voting for Trump, just put them down as Democrats.
Yeah.
Because they have sold the Republican Party out, hiding behind the Constitution, and it is a sham that they have been able to get away with it as long as they have.
Well, Hillary has her problems too. She don't have a lot of likability at all. But here, I want to this is from the New York Times. It says Paul Ryan says, "I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to endorse Donald Trump yet." That's what he said. You know, Donald Trump sent out a tweet this week. I don't celebrate Cinco de Mayo at all. Matter of fact, some of all these illegals, they need to go home and celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I heard they don't celebrate it in Mexico either.
No, that's a Corona beer commercial. That's all that is. That's where that came from.
But anyway, oh man, the blogosphere just went crazy, Mayor, because Donald Trump sent out a tweet of himself at eating in Taco Bell at the food court in the Trump Tower. Oh my goodness gracious! Yeah. And in that tweet, it had "I love Hispanics."
Well, you know, I think he really does love people. I mean, I really do. He has some kind of a street level ability to connect with the people.
Absolutely.
But the interesting thing is the president of Mexico said that Donald Trump is damaging relationships between Mexico and the United States.
Well,
and
hold
I wonder,
on to that thought there. Hold on to that thought. Oh, you, Mayor, you getting ahead.
But
here,
so sorry.
Mexico president said, "I'm not going." Matter of fact, Derek, if you don't mind playing 272 for me, please. 272.
I declare, I'm not going to pay for that wall.
Whoa, I'm sorry, I'm not paying for it. Okay, so all right.
Afraid that he's going to be the next president of the United States? What would that mean? What would that mean for Mexico?
No. Democracy cannot take us to crazy people that doesn't know what's going on in the world today.
All right, so here now. Again, my question is, and folks, please hold on. We're going to get to you in just a minute. Oh boy. Are you with the Trump? He's the last man standing, and the president of Mexico, the former president of Mexico said, "We're not paying for that wall. We're not paying for that wall." But he had an exclusive interview. Now, I'm asking you again: are you ready to jump on board? Because I believe it's some people that have had a change of heart. He said he wasn't paying for the wall, but Donald Trump sent out a tweet, said he should apologize for what he said.
Yeah, and he says he just made the wall 10 feet higher now.
He should apologize. He made the wall 10 feet higher, and he said he should apologize for saying that word. Donald Trump said, if I said that. And so, in an exclusive interview, this is Phil. This is an exclusive interview that he had with former President Valente Fox. There it is, right there. Valente Fox. He had an interview with our friends at Breitbart, and he said this. 273.
Yes, I'm humble enough, as leaders should be, compassionate leader. If I offended you, I'm sorry. But what about the other way around?
All right, thank you very much. Ain't no other way around. You know what? Now that he sees Donald Trump as the last man standing, guess what? The former president, Fox, has had a change in heart. Yes, I'm humble, and I want to apologize to Mr. Trump if I said something that offended you.
Yeah, I know. He also wants Donald Trump to come to Mexico so he can teach him, he can convince him how to think intelligently.
Yeah, well, he want him to come to Mexico so he can say how poor the people live, so that and convince him that they need to keep coming across that border so that they can send money to his country. That's what it's about right there, Phil. Am I right?
That's half of his economy.
That absolutely. Economy. If they didn't come here and transfer that wealth back. Matter of fact, I seen a report. I forget how much that money was, Mayor, that they've that sent back to Mexico. I mean, it's tens of billions of dollars of American money that's sent back to Mexico.
It's second only to the oil and revenue.
Yep.
That money that comes from this country going there.
And in addition to that, we have a $15 billion trade deficit in the first quarter of 2016 alone. And every year we have a major trade deficit with Mexico, and that's exactly what Donald Trump is talking about.
How can we have a trade deficit?
How can we have a trade deficit and then expect all of these illegals to flood our country? The Mexican drug cartels are one of the major sources of criminal activity in our country, poisoning the minds of our youth with drugs that we cannot seem to stop.
And poisoning the minds of our politicians with drugs.
Well,
all right, hold on. We almost at the break. So here, let's go to our friend Bruce. Good morning, Bruce from Grosse Pointe. You wanted to talk about.
Guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. Fantastic program. A lot of great points here. You actually made my point for me about all this money going back to Mexico. Did you guys happen to see? And I was going to say about vetting Hillary, but did you see where there's been an increase in the number of illegals that are coming across the border in the first quarter of this year?
Right.
Did you see that too, Janice?
Trainloads. Trainloads of people.
Matter of fact,
the Democrats apology from Vicente Fox.
Yes,
I'm sorry if I offended you.
I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I offended you.
My Lord.
All right. Thanks a lot, Bruce. We got to go to a break. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Hold on, Ed. We'll talk to you on the other side of the break. Give us a call, 734-822-1600.